Hello, hello. So this is the men's basketball in season block 2 lifts. There's two different workouts on this sheet. Both are full body. And this would be block 2, so after the first block. So let's get right into it here. Starting us off, barbell high pull. So building off the hang pull we did in the first block, now we're doing a high pull. So RDL, going down, hitting the top of the knees with the bar, and then a violent pull. So going up on my toes, thrusting at my hips, big shrug, and it's a high pull. So I'm pulling the bar all the way up to about chest level. I'm going to be flaring my elbows out. So a hang pull, you were stopping with the bar around your waist. This is a high pull, it's going to go up. This is our explosive movement. It's got to be fast. It's got to be very powerful. So the weight is not going to be very heavy. It's going to be a lightweight, and you're going to move it very fast. So immediately after that, you're going into a broad jump. So this is going to be consecutive. So multiple jumps at once. You're not resetting every time. So being explosive, broad jump is covering as much distance as you can with each jump, sticking the landing, going straight into another broad jump, sticking the landing every time. Again, being explosive, being powerful. First mobility exercise you're going to do is a lying T-spine. So laying on your back, throw one leg, straight leg over your body, and then you're going to open up towards that front leg that's over your body. So if my right leg's over my body, my right arm is coming down, touching my other hand, and then opening all the way up. Make sure you're following your hands with your eyes, open all the way up, and then go back down. Same thing on the other leg. Second mobility exercise is couch stretch. So foot on the back of a bench or a box. You can put a pad under that back knee or just let it float. And then front leg is up at a 90-degree angle. Want to keep your torso upright, stay tall, and then you can just think about pushing your hips forward. And this is going to be great to stretch out the quads and the hip flexors. Third mobility exercise is hip 90-90s. So you're going to be on the ground. Both legs are bent at 90 degrees at the knees and then 90 degrees at the hips. And then you're just dropping your chest down towards your knee. Feel a stretch deep in your hips. And then switch legs. You can move left and right when you're at that bottom position and get a little bit deeper stretch. Make sure you're breathing big, deep breaths while you're hitting this. All right, first exercise of the B superset, you're going to do barbell back squat. So you're probably pretty familiar with barbell back squat if you're hitting this in season, but just a few pointers. Make sure that bar is tight on your upper back. You're squeezing that bar. Feet are a little shoulder width apart, toes pointed out. Trying to get as low as you can, at least hitting 90 degrees at the knee. Quads and thighs are parallel with the ground, and then you're driving it up. Since this is in season, you'll load it up a little bit less. Can slow and controlled on the way down, and then you're explosive coming back all the way up to the top. Following that, you're going into glute bridge walk down. So laying on the ground into a glute bridge. So you're going to be up on your heels. Think about driving those hips up towards the ceiling, so you're going to be squeezing your glutes, and then you're just walking your feet slowly and controlled all the way down to your legs pretty straight, and then all the way back so your heels are coming up towards your butt. You should feel this all in your glutes and in your hamstrings, holding it 8-10 seconds, walking it down, bringing it back up. After that, you're going to hit a band TKE. So that's total knee extension, band TKE. So this is going to be great for the knees. If you ever have any athletes that complain of knee pain, whether you hear it's jumper's pain or patellar tendonitis, this is great for it. So band anchored around a rack, and then the band's going to go right behind the knee. You're going to take a few steps back. One leg's going to hold you down. The other leg, let it pull you forward into a slight bend at the knee, and then a hard squeeze. Lock that knee all the way out. You're going to feel this in your quads and your knees, but this is a great prehab and rehab exercise to keep the knees healthy. All right, going into the C superset, you're going to do a dumbbell Z press. So Z press is just sitting on the ground, no back support. Legs are straight, 2 dumbbells. You want to keep your torso straight up. Core is tight, 2 dumbbells at a time, so both arms are working at a time. You really got to engage your core with this one so you're not arching your back. But then just a standard overhead press at that point. Forearms all the way down, and then lock those arms out at the top. Following that, you're going into chin up. So remember, chin up is palms facing towards you. A pull up is going to be palms facing away. So we're doing chin up here. You should be familiar with this, but just remember, straight arms at the bottom. So you're going to be a dead hang at the bottom, and then chin all the way above the bar. At this point, you can probably load it up, whether that is a weight belt that you have, or they can hold a dumbbell in between their legs. But just remember, all the way down at the bottom, all the way at the top. Brace your core, stay tight. And then last exercise you're going to do is a farmer carry. So holding 2 weights, whether that's dumbbells or kettlebells, or if you load up a trap bar, you can do that too. But farmer carry, pretty heavy weight. It's going to be working on your grip, your core strength, but really full body. Got to keep a good posture, so big chest, shoulder blades back, keep that core tight. Set a distance. You're walking all the way down, all the way back. Make sure you don't rush through it. Small, slow steps. Control that weight the entire time. All right, so now going into day 2, we're going to start off with a barbell push press. So think barbell overhead press, but now we're going to do it explosive, and we're going to use our whole body. So you're going to hold it just like you would a barbell overhead press. Make sure your hands are narrow enough that your forearms are straight up. You don't want to go too wide that your forearms are diagonal and at a slant going out. You don't want to be too close. So forearms straight up, slight bend in the knee, and then explode up. That bar is going to go straight overhead. Full body movement, so get your knees involved. Make sure they're not going too low into a squat, but you're just getting a little bit of a knee bend, load up those legs, and then use that leg drive and your upper body power to explode that bar overhead. Should be a fast and explosive movement. So immediately after that, you're going to go into a box jump. So hopefully you have boxes available to you. So set it up to the height accordingly. But my best approach to it is starting position, hands up in the sky. And then your snap down position is bringing your hands down to where your hands are right next to your side. I always like to say hands in your pockets. You got a slight bend in your knee, hinge at your hips. So that's your load up phase. And then you're exploding forward. Got to be explosive, big jump up onto the box. And then first mobility exercise you're going to do is shoulder pulses. So band, small band around your wrist, starting at the bottom. Your arms are straight and you're just pulsing out. Slow and controlled, going all the way to your overhead and then coming back down. This is going to get the shoulders lit up and warm to progress forward. Second mobility is a scap push-up, scapular push-up. So you're in a regular push-up position, but you're going to add in some scapular retraction at the top. So you're kind of rounding over your upper back, then pulling it back, squeezing your shoulder blades together, and then going into a push-up, coming back up, round those shoulder blades over, pull them back, tight upper back, going back into a push-up. Going into B superset, we're going to do a dumbbell flat bench. So bench is flat, 2 dumbbells at a time. Feet are flat on the ground. Keep that core tight and then bringing those elbows all the way down. Straight arm at the top. After that, you're going to do a med ball chest pass. So a couple different ways you can do this. You can do it facing a wall or you can do it straight into the ground. Despite how you do it, you got to be explosive and move that bar as hard as you possibly can. So ball against your chest, violent lockout of the elbows, throwing that ball as hard as you can. Then last exercise of this superset, you're going to do a landmine single arm row. So if you have a landmine attachment, you can use that. What I've done in the past is cut a tennis ball in half and put that at the end of a barbell, or you can just anchor the barbell against a wall or in a corner. But you're going to grip one side of the bar. You're going to be in a split squat stance. So if I'm hitting my right arm, my left leg's forward, my right leg's back, and I got a slight bend in my knee. And then all I'm doing from that point is a row. So going all the way down, arm is straight at the bottom, and then driving that elbow back. You can kind of play around with foot position to see what feels best, but you'll hit one arm and then switch to the other side and move your legs accordingly. Going into the last superset, we're going to do a barbell RDL. So we don't want to load this up too much. Get a little bit sore if you load it up crazy. What I like to coach is a fast acceleration to the top, so slow and controlled on the way down, and then kind of a fast pull on the way up, really exaggerating that hip thrust, being fast at the hips, and squeezing the glutes. So hands about shoulder width apart, slight bend in your knee, keep that bar running against your leg, shoulders back, big chest, keep that core tight, good posture, and the back is flat, controlled on the way down, fast on the way up. After that, you're going to hit a SS hold, which is split squat hold. So this is going to be great for knee health, especially if you have somebody that can't squat because their knees hurt. You can always put them into an isometric exercise like this. But split squat hold, you hold 2 dumbbells, go into a split squat. That front knee is at 90 degrees, and then you're just going to hold that position and switch sides. Last exercise to finish this out is an ankle iso hold. So ankle isometric hold, again, great for the knee health and also the ankle health. So you just want to elevate your toes, the front of your foot, on a plate or a box, whatever you have available to you. You're going to have a slight bend in your knees. You're bent at your hips just a little bit to bring your chest forward. Up on your toes, you're just going to hold that position, and then you'll start feeling it after a while, and then switch legs, same thing on the other side. So that is going to conclude the in-season lifts for Block 2. If you have any questions at all on any of the exercises, how to perform them, variations and reps or sets, please let me know. I'll be happy to help.